Hello everyone, this is Sapphire. We're back with we're here with Eyes of Wakanda. I believe it's only 4 episodes, and it's pretty much each episode, as the titles, as the synopsis suggests, Wakandan warriors throughout history go on dangerous missions to retrieve vibranium artifacts. So, as if you remember, I believe it was Wakanda 2, Wakanda Forever. It is implied that when the meteor that landed in Wakanda landed on Earth, it wasn't the only one. It suggests that it was probably something bigger. It probably, was like a bigger meteorite, and it split, right? Like a piece fell in Wakanda, and a piece fell in the ocean, which is why we have Namor and his people, right? As you can see, I'm rocking up a Black Panther this. So it's 4 episodes, I believe, only. And, let's jump into it. So, let's get started with episode 1. Eyes of Wakanda. I'm excited. Crete, 1260 BC. Crete is in Greece, right? Into the Lion's Den.
There is something there, beyond the fog. Look.
Oh, I love the animation.
Ships. What colors do they fly?
Oh, that look nice. Look at that ship. Look at that. What colors do they fly? Yeah, Crete is Greece, right? Look at it. Look at it. That is crazy. Oh. Well, we know what happened to him. I like how that you could tell that these four, they are clearly like they always say they were Wakandans, but the 4 in the middle you could they're literally. I just love the animation. Give me whatchamacallit vibes, Madara from Arcane. All right, let me know in the comments who you think would be who will win the fight, Madara or this person right here.
Let me. No.
Oh, it's a dude. She's got to be like Dora Milaje or something, like one of their war dogs. I haven't feel that's who this is. That's why they keep showing us. She got to be one of the Wakandan war dogs. Oh. Yeah, they branding them.
Been welcomed into the lion's flock. You will bear his mark for the rest of your life.
Where is
I ain't wearing nothing.
Master Yusuf?
He is your liege now, and his new world is your only home.
No one is my master. And I already have a home.
Yeah, I knew she was a war dog. Them things fierce, boy.
Take my orders from you, Akeya. Or have you forgotten your
In here, you will address this body with respect.
My apologies, Akeya. O great leader of the Dora Milaje. May I ask, why have I been invited to grace your presence?
This is not a time for games. His name is Nkati. Once a respected keeper.
The fact is, it's only 1260 BC, and with Vibranium, this is how fast their technology has been. Like 1260 BC, like people is still using like horses and stuff and like swords and things. Like the technology advancement that Wakanda got, crazy.
Secrecy has always been essential to Wakanda security. You did not know because you did not need to.
And you think that person is me?
Every operative we sent out thus far was trained by the lion himself. None has returned. But thinks in no
Oh,
small
so that's the
part
one
of
they.
your
Oh,
explosion.
okay.
He does not know you and will never see you coming.
You really must be desperate. Entrusting this mission to a fell Dora?
You never failed, Noni. You were expelled for refusing to work with the group, walking your own path instead of the one set out for you. Bring the lion and the stolen cache.
She wasn't doing
You will
teamwork.
be the one welcome back as a Dora Milaje once more.
Your loyalty is sorely misplaced.
Some accept his love freely, but those who resist must wear that shame forever, as I do. But when you have clothes on your back and a full belly every day, you will learn to love him too.
But the people y'all told, they didn't look like they were suffering to me. You know, if you want to make a name for yourself though, like when you're still in your you know, from your, you know, betray your country, maybe don't still use their colors and stuff. I'm just saying, you know, like don't still use they colors and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like if you making a name for yourself, you know, rep your own colors. Like
You will be fed, re-educated, groomed. You will learn the lion's poetry and music. And in return, he asks only for you to smile. So, smile.
or is this his harem?
It will be the last choice you will ever be offered. Imposter!
The only imposter here.
So this
is
man
you,
went to
pretending
Scandinavia, got him a
lead them
Viking.
into a life of slavery.
They will all be grateful in the end to know their divine purpose.
Nick up here got a little harem. So you would be re-educated in the groom. I don't want to be part of his harem. Like he's definitely like Polynesian. I'm assuming Polynesian
You even know who
by the
you're fighting
outfit.
for? He is no god. Are you willing to die for an imposter?
If you kneel now, he may still allow you to serve.
Now what is he about to do?
Good at following orders.
Chains. Like he's no better than everybody else would have been at the time. Like, dude, you just giving people more of the same, just with vibranium.
The only one that has made it this far.
Nekati
Oh.
of the merchant tribe, captain of the royal guard.
That is not my name! I am the lion.
You can call yourself whatever you want, but you are coming back with me.
Mm.
No. I will not be returning to Wakanda. I am needed here. In the free world. Or when Wakanda sent me here. Akeya did not tell you, did she? Wakanda is a kingdom of secrets. Secrets they do not believe you are worthy of. But if you think you are,
It sure is.
come. Walk with me. I can free you too.
If freedom is what you offer, why are there so many chains?
But you're putting people in chains, sir. You're literally no different from anybody else.
The world of tomorrow. A world their descendants will walk freely in. United under one banner.
It is impressive.
So you see,
Your delusion? Yes.
And so you're not, yeah, you roaming free, but you imprisoning other people. Like, that's not freedom, sir. Taking women, re-educating them, telling people, "Oh, kidnapping people." Talking about, "I'm setting you free, sir." I don't. If you want to set people free, how about you go to take people that are actually are dealing with enslavement? It also makes you think, though, like if in terms of this universe that they created, like somebody like his character, like using vibranium, what if that would have been just passed off as like, superstitions, kind of like how we read mythology and stuff today? It would have been like the same thing. And and from his spear was this purple light, and be like, it probably was some like bioluminescence. Like, you know how you just explain stuff away.
I would never go back in that cage. Neither of us will, little dog of war.
What have you done?
We'll both be forgotten. But at least I will have lived free.
For generations, the war dogs have operated in secret. Such a sacrifice cannot be asked of anyone. It can only be volunteered.
My mission. It was a test.
I always sensed this would be the path for you. I just needed you to find it for yourself.
As long as our technology is out in the world, the threat to Wakanda remains. Let me retrieve what has been stolen from us, for as long as it takes. I am ready, Akeya, for anything.
Good.
Okay. All right, so that was episode 1, Into the Lion's Den. So he was a trainer of the Dora Milaje, part of the merchant tribe. Left when they sent him out to the world. They they get exposed to the world, which makes sense. Like, as we learned in the first Wakanda movie, Wakanda is isolated from the outside world. They really don't know nothing outside of Wakanda. The only people who know anything would be the war dogs, which is what brings up that situation with Killmonger's dad, because he was a war dog. He sent to California's the 1990s, and if you regarding the stuff regarding the war on crime, the police brutality that was going on at that time period and stuff like that, like, you're seeing the world, you're seeing all the other troubles that the world going through, especially when you're looking at people that look exactly like you. Like, Wakanda has kept himself isolated. They even show that within the intro. Wakanda has, like, when they train the tribes come together and we protest, and then they literally show you sort of like a timeline of what the world was going through, stuff like that, the Atlantic slave trade, all the stuff. So they're literally isolated from all this stuff, which I understand you want to keep your vibranium safe from outside forces, because as you can see, when you look at human history, anytime we get a resource or we discover a new technology, the first thing we tend to use it for is war. Like, the movie Oppenheimer is like literally the movie about the man that created the atomic bomb, which we knew what happened with that. It was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Like, that sort of knowledge, that technology, that's what we want to use it for. We can't use it for more positive things. Let's make a bomb out of this and drop it on 2 cities. Like, what I'm saying? So Wakanda, yeah, let's protect vibranium, because the probability of you being used for evil deeds is extremely high. They showed that also within Wakanda, the second movie, with Agent Ross and his ex. And they have that conversation like, can you imagine what we can what would happen, what happen if we weren't at vibranium? She's like, yes, I dream about it and whatever. Like, probably rephrase it, but she's like, yes, I fantasize and dream about it. Like, yeah, no, the dangers of you, as Queen Ramona said, we don't keep data because of the dangers of you, your government, the people in charge. Like, So with them being isolated, they're not exposed to the outside world. So when they do get exposed to it, it's like, oh, this is what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Women going through this, all of this, slavery, the wars, 7-year war, Civil War, World War One, World War Two, Vietnam War, you know, all this stuff going on. It's like, wow. It is like, wow. You know, being isolated also kind of creates this, and also with them being isolated, also creates this sort of ego, I guess you would say, this sense of I'm better than you. Because even within Wakanda, was it Wakanda? Yeah, it was the first Black Panther movie. I said Wakanda, like that's not the name of the movie. The name of the movie is Black Panther. In the Black Panther movie, when we see Okoye and they're doing the chase with clouds, and she's like guns, primitive, which is hilarious because within human history, guns will actually be more of a modern technology. It's not really primitive, but in their eyes, that's considered primitive compared to what the weapons that they use, which is a spear. The Dora Milaje, they still use spears, which to us, you know, present day, you know, mankind, we would see using a spear as primitive. So it's also that sense of ego and sense of superiority that comes from being isolated, that you think you're better than this other country. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I were to put into the fact that, you know, I live in America, and for a very long time before, you know, the birth of social media, a lot of us Americans, we're not really exposed to other countries outside of our own. So anything we know about other countries is literally what's pushed to us through what we see on TV and what we are taught in our books. Like, when it comes to history outside American history, we'll get like world history, which I think I took world history in 9th grade. And that's about it. 9th grade is when you take world history, and it's usually just like big major events when we are taught world history. So stuff like the 7 Years War, World War One, World War Two, because that was obviously, hence the title. It's called World War Two. World War Two, which was the Holocaust, and then of course, you know, the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. We learned those. And it's just usually out of majority time when it's world history, it's just major events. Anything outside of those, we're not gonna know nothing else. Vietnam War, that's anything outside of that type of stuff, we're not really taught. So fast forward present day, you know, social media is popping and stuff like that, and we have social media. So with social media, you know, we're able to communicate with the outside world, and we're seeing like, oh, everything we're taught about the world is actually false. Because growing up, you know, you want to know what I knew about Africa? You want to know what I knew about Africa? Every time they showed Africa, it was always some children. They had big bellies. They in the dirt. They look sad. They hungry. There's flies. That's the Africa that we're shown. That's the Africa that we're shown. When it comes to countries like China, what we're taught about China is a third world country and stuff like that. Is every other country aside America is a third world country. Then you get exposed. You see how beautiful Africa is. You see how advanced China has gotten. Japan. Like, I see videos, I'm like, what? Japan? That's Japan. That's China. That's Africa. We're not showing these things until you get exposed to social media. So I'm using this as an example to go back to what we're showing in this episode with Wakanda and this idea of isolation. this isolation creates this within its people, this sense, this ego that we're better because these other countries, they're not as advanced as us, until you get exposed and you realize, oh, maybe we not that, maybe we not all that. Like Wakanda in terms of technology, yeah, they are more advanced because they have the vibranium, but it's the arrogance that comes with it and the secrets and lies that the officials up top are not telling their people, their citizens. And when you keep your citizens ignorant, it's never going to be a good thing, because when people start realizing the truth about things, it's going to eventually backfire on the government, and is eventually going to cause issues down the line, like we saw in the movie Black Panther. Due to them keeping stuff, due to how they ran their stuff, that's what caused Killmonger. Is a cause and effect. Them keeping isolated. He killed his brother, which you didn't have to kill your brother. As we know, yeah, he pulled out a gun, but that gun was gone. He's in a suit, and he had his Dora Milaje. That one, his Dora Milaje would never allow their king to get harmed. That's what literally they're trained for. Two, his suit is made of vibranium. That bullet wouldn't have hurt him, so him killing his brother was unnecessary. He could have easily disarmed his brother and took him back to Wakanda, but he killed his brother, leaves the child there. Child puts together, as he said, I found my daddy with panther claws in his chest. So the child already knows about Wakanda because the father was telling him about this. So he grows up with this animosity and feeling of abandonment, and then you get the plot line of Black Panther. Cause and effect. You're keeping yourselves isolated. Yep, and cause and effect. That's basically what I'm trying to get. This was kind of a little long-winded, but I'm sorry. So that is it for episode 1. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys for the next episode of Eyes of Wakanda. Bye.